Let's do a quick tour of this IYV. I've been calling it the SG copy. I'm not sure that's fair because we have a Gibson SG right here, and you can tell the body shapes are very different. This one, the whole thing's like slanted off to the side. So if we look here at the height of the two devil horns, see how this one is way higher. I mean, that's an inch and a half probably vertically raised. And if we look at the Gibson SG, they are very much closer to level. They are still canted a little bit, but they're very much closer to level. Same thing at the bottom. The bottom of the Gibson SG is a pretty uniform. It's not flat, but it's level. Not so on the IYV. We've got a pretty steep cant there, more like a Viper than an SG, but still, I think it's a valid comparison. Two humbuckers here. These are chrome covered humbuckers with black surrounds. I really like that they went with a roller bridge. So each of these saddles has little brass rollers. And the really cool thing about this is, I don't know if we can see this on the camera, but there are little grub screws at the top and bottom right here, so we can adjust it. This gives us a lot better control over setting the intonation. You see it has small pins in there with the adjustment wheels on the sides. You can raise and lower to get the action just where you want it. This is their version of the old school vibrola. And this arm, oh, that's actually kind of stiff. I was afraid it would swing around too easily. I like the amount of stiffness that's on that. When I say stiff, I mean the resistance to turning. It's not swinging around like we sometimes see with other guitars that have a whammy bar. It is an old school spring steel vibrola type unit. A volume, tone, and three-way switch, pretty typical. Tiny little scratch guard here. Get a better look at some of the body curves here. It really thins out on the edge. Little thicker than, well, you know, I may have to put calipers on it. I think it is thicker than the SG, but we'll look at that a little bit more later. Normally they have Jatoba instead of rosewood, and it has a little bit more reddish tint in it for the fingerboard. That is what this looks like with your little fake mother of pearl inlays. Steel frets, they are not ball end, they're rounded off the typical way. This appears to be a bone nut to me. Either that or some really hard synthetic. It's not a generic plastic nut. It looks very well cut, very precisely cut. Here is the truss rod cover under there. We have our cast tuners, sealed, unbranded cast tuners with the kidney bean tuner buttons on them. Nice little inlay on the headstock. The IYV is Indian Vina. That's what that means. That's the name of the company. So there we go. Looks like a pretty cool guitar. I'm going to take it down, tune it up, and play it, and shoot another video and tell you how it was.